Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, JG Sports here, and today I'm bringing you my NFL Week 3 predictions. So the first game was actually this past Thursday night. I'm gonna put this video out on Thursday, but didn't get to it. So the Dolphins did beat the Jaguars on Thursday Night Football. I thought the Jaguars were gonna win, so I guess we can say I got this one wrong. Minshew was actually playing pretty well up until this game for Jacksonville. And yeah, he just sucked this game. And Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing absolutely amazing. I think he completed almost like every pass, it seemed like. So yeah, Dolphins got the victory. Then we got the Washington football team versus my Cleveland Browns. I already made a video about this, but yeah, I picked my Browns on this one. I think our running game is just way too much for Washington to handle, even though they have a pretty good defensive line. I do have faith in our offensive line, who played really well last week. And I think that Washington offense just isn't enough to get this game won for them. So yeah, I'm picking my Browns here. Next game is the Browns versus the Falcons. Bears are 2-0. Falcons are 0-2 after choking against the Dallas Cowboys last week. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Bears on this one. They got the better record. They're playing pretty well. Mitchell Trubisky isn't playing too bad, and yeah, Atlanta. I just don't have any faith in Atlanta. They always find ways to lose. So I'm going with the Bears on this one. Next game I think might be one of the best games of the week is the Rams versus the Bills. Both teams are 2-0. Both teams playing really well. Jared Goff is playing way better than he did last year so far, and Josh Allen is putting up great stats. He has 0 interceptions, and I believe he's got 6 touchdowns. Yeah, put up really good stats here. Both defenses too are playing pretty well. So this is a tough one, but I think I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one. I like how the Rams are playing so far this season. I think after taking a step back last season, I think they're taking that big step forward this season, and I think they get the job done here against Buffalo on the road here for a big victory. Next game is the Titans versus the Vikings. The Vikings are absolutely garbage now. Kirk Cousins lost his offensive coordinator, Kevin Stefanski, who's now the head coach of my Cleveland Browns. And you wonder why Kirk Cousins is struggling now. I wonder why. But yeah, Vikings, Kirk Cousins just playing awful. And the Titans, they still got Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry and that pretty good defense too. So give me the Titans on this one on the road. Next game, another great game here, Raiders and Patriots. Raiders coming off an impressive Monday night victory against the Saints. And the Patriots playing a really good game against the Seahawks on the road. I believe on last week. I think it was Sunday Night Football. Yeah. So yeah, this one's a hard one to pick. Again, both teams are playing pretty well, but I think I'm gonna go. God, I really don't know on this one. Patriots are home, so I think the Patriots are gonna win this one. I think after a disappointing last second loss last week, Bill Belichick, the Patriots bounce back this week with Cam Newton, and the Raiders. Good streak here of 2 games in a row comes to an end. The next game is kind of a boring one. 49ers and Giants. 49ers are a great team, except all their good players are injured. Nick Bosa, Jimmy G, basically everybody's injured on the 49ers, and the Giants also suck. They lost Saquon Barkley for the season, I believe. Yeah, both teams are sucky, but I'm going to go with the 49ers on this one. I think they find a way to win this game, even though it's on the road. I just think the Giants suck that badly. Honestly, Daniel Jones is not all that great, and their defense is garbage, so give me the 49ers still. Next game is a tough one to pick. Bengals and Eagles. Both teams are 0-2 right now. They're not playing all that great. Although Joe Burrow is playing out of his mind, it's just his defense sucks and his offensive line can't protect him to save their life. But yeah, I think I'm gonna pick the Eagles on this one. I think they bounce back this week after 2 pretty tough losses here. They must win this game in order to compete for the division with Dallas. And it's a home game, and yeah, I think it's more of a must-win game for the Eagles. So I'm picking the Eagles in this one. Don't let me down, Carson Wentz. All right, next game, Texans versus the Steelers. Texans are 0-2, Steelers are 2-0, but I feel like you can't really go by the record on this one because I think Houston is better than what the record says right now. They had two really tough games versus Baltimore and Kansas City. Steelers had two pretty easy games versus Denver and versus God, who was it? Okay, now I gotta find out who their first game was against. Giants. Okay, yeah. So Steelers have had a way easier schedule so far, and they struggled to beat Dallas like without their first string quarterback last week, with Big Ben and all them guys, and their defense kind of struggled a little bit too, at home too. So I'm actually gonna go with the upset on this one. I'm gonna go with the Texans on this one. I think Deshaun Watson has a great game, and Houston cannot afford to go 0-3. They're already in the hole right now, so I think they get the dub on the road versus a pretty good Pittsburgh team. Next game is the Jets versus the Colts. Jets are 0-2. They just suck. Their head coach is god awful. And the Colts are 1-1. So just give me the Colts just because the Jets suck that badly. Yeah, there's nothing else to say on that one. Panthers and Chargers. Panthers are 0-2, and I believe they've lost McCaffrey as a running back, so they're pretty much screwed. And the Chargers are 1-1, and Chargers are playing actually pretty well. They beat the Bengals week 1, and they almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So for that reason, I'm going with the Chargers. Next game is Buccaneers and Broncos. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers on this one. They're the better team. Tom Brady, Gronk, all them guys I like on their offense. I thought they were clicking pretty good last week from what it seemed like. And the Broncos, obviously, are not that great. Although they played decently well last week. I don't think they get the job done versus Tom Brady this week. So give me Tampa Bay. Next game is the Lions versus the Cardinals. And I'm taking the Cardinals pretty easily on this one. Kyler Murray is playing like an MVP right now. And DeAndre Hopkins was a huge pickup for Arizona this offseason. He's playing really well. And yeah, the Lions are just not doing all that great. They're 0-2. They lost a pretty embarrassing game against Chicago when they were up big time and blew it in the fourth. So yeah, give me the Arizona Cardinals in this one at home. Next game is Cowboys and Seahawks. This should be a really good game too. Dallas coming off I guess you can call it impressive win last week, comeback win versus the Atlanta Falcons, but then against the Falcons, they always choke. Against the Seahawks, who are playing really well so far, they beat the Patriots last week in a thriller, and Russell Wilson playing like an MVP like it was last season still, and DK Metcalf, I think that's his name, great receiver, and yeah, that Seattle offense is just playing really well right now. And Dallas is just not consistent enough. So I'm going to take the Seahawks at home on this game. Two more games here. Another really good game here. Some really good games this week. We got the Packers and the Saints. Packers are playing extremely well, better than I thought they would play. They're 2-0 right now. Their offense is just playing crazy good. Aaron Rodgers is playing like a beast. And then the Saints, who did lose a upset game last week against the Raiders. So I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one. They do have the edge, which I find kind of weird actually. I guess because they're home and they're the Saints. But yeah, I think the Saints bounce back this week, and this could be a really close game. I think, but I think Drew Brees leads the Saints to victory. Monday Night Football games, last game, and I think this is actually by far the best game of the week, hands down. Chiefs, Ravens, the two best teams probably in the league. Going head to head here. Ravens are at home and are favored by about 3.5. And God, I hate the Ravens, but give me the Ravens on this game, honestly. Chiefs almost lost versus the Chargers last week. They showed some weaknesses. Patrick Mahomes He's not throwing those deep balls like he did last year. He's not getting those passes that he wants. Chiefs defense is also struggling a little bit. They're not playing like they did in the postseason last year. And that Ravens team is just doing everything right. Their offense is clicking like usual. Lamar Jackson's lighting up the field. And their defense, is playing lights out too. So I'm going to take the Ravens on a decently close game. I don't think it's going to be as close as people think. I think it could be like a 10-point game maybe. But yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens on this one. So yeah, that is my prediction video for this week. I hope you guys like this video and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Bye guys.